Hi, welcome to the Heritage and Model Rail channel. Today I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look at how a club prepares for a model railway exhibition, plus a lot more. There are 3 exhibition layouts to view later on, so don't go away. If you're interested in model railway exhibition layouts, their description, construction and how they are run, start now and become a subscriber. Hit the bell icon to be notified when a new video is published. I'm at the Wester Pickston site of the Scottish Model Engineering Trust, which is about 9 miles west of Perth in Scotland. This is the new home of the Perth Model Railway Group and the site of the Wester Pickston Railway. To give you an idea of the site, I'm talking with the chairman of the trust and a couple of the Model Railway Group officials. Starting with Phil Shepherd, the chairman of the Scottish Model Engineering Trust. The Perth Model Railway Club came to SMET a while ago. I mean, can you give us a bit of the background on how that happened?
Memories are already fading, so it's all happened so quickly and all the rest of it. Discussion started about 18 months ago, and it fairly rapidly became clear that we had the space to give them a home, which is what they desperately needed. And over the 6 months before this April the 1st, many meetings took place, discussions took place, and it was decided eventually that it would be better for Perth Model Railway Club to become the Perth Model Railway Group within the Scottish Model Engineering Trust. And that formally took place on the 1st of April, and they're now a group within SMET.
So how is the integration gone?
Apart from some minor delays with the building which were frustrating, it's gone incredibly well, and now they're actually here and meeting on a Thursday evening. It's all very relaxed and everybody's very happy that we're all one big group.
And notice they've got a magnificent new building. I mean, that's a great addition to the site, isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's come together really well. The selection of the building contractor, the build type, is just exactly what they wanted, and it's a great asset to all of us, the old traditional SMET members and the Perth Model Railway Group.
Where do you see the Scottish Model Engineering Trust going, in the next 6 months, a year? I mean, we got major plans?
In the short term, there's 2 fairly large projects ongoing. We're putting up what we're calling a bothy, which is an understatement. It's quite a large shed, 6.5 metres by coming up 4 metres, which is where we'll keep quite a lot of the outside furniture we allow our guests to use on public running days, things like picnic tables and chairs and things like that. And it will also give members a place to have their lunch on public running days, so they're not sitting in front of the public. That will get finished through the winter. It's already waterproof, and also we want to relay quite a lot of the track in the station with the more modern PNP type track, which is a better ride and running for the locos and stock.
I'm here with Ron Munro, who's the Secretary Deputy Chairman of the Perth Model Railway Group here at the Scottish Model Engineering Trust. We're beside this beautiful new building, Ron. Could you tell me a little bit about it?
Certainly. Well, as you say, it's a beautiful new building, and I think back in January when we first sort of realised that we were going to be moving into Medvin, the concept of having a building here into which we'd move in October has just been a marvellous dream come true. We got planning permission built into the contract that we actually gave to a company called NAP Farm Buildings, and they were going to be handling everything: planning permission with the council, the assembly of the building, and the concrete pad, everything as a one-off job, and it's turned out to be just magnificent. Exactly what we wanted, except there's never enough space once you're in, but having said that, we have a magnificent amount of space and room, and we're about to make full use of that as we have moved in this month. And our meetings, this will be our second club meeting actually in the building in this coming, well, today in fact, this Thursday. So we are here not just to take care of our own little bit of the club, which used to be the Perth Model Railway Club. We are here to actually work this site and make it a wonderful site that we can all be proud of, including the smaller gauges. So what our intention is to have in this site, from the very smallest of miniature gauges, from N gauge all the way through 00, right up to 7.25, we'll have a centre of modelling excellence on this site, and that's our dream, that's our goal. So we're all in that together. The original concept that we thought of was 20 by 10 metres. The way the building has actually been put together, it's 18.5 metres by 11 metres, which is still the floor area that we were looking for, and we can use every single centimetre and square centimetre of that. So that's the internal size at the moment, and it is just superb to see the layouts up and actually being able to start working on building new layouts.
I notice it's got a metal cladding on the outside. How are you coping with the cold weather and things that we've got up here in Wester Pickston?
Well, so far so good. What we do have is we have big sun lights in the roof of the building. So every time the sun shines, we get the internal heat build. So it's not as cold as we thought it might have been. And certainly the cladding around the building, the insulation around the building is doing its job and keeping us relatively warm. But also we'll have a heating system in the building within the next couple of weeks, and that's going to be instant radiated down heat, so we're not going to be cold inside that one.
So we've now moved indoors inside this brand spanking new building, and I have to say it's really nice. So Ron, just give us a little bit of the sort of the character of the place.
It's really basically a farm barn that has been clad with insulated walls. So we have an internal wooden construction, wooden piers that go right into the ground. This building will last for many a long year, and the space, and you can actually feel the atmosphere actually as you were talking earlier on about how warm we're going to be in this building. I don't think we'll be using our heating to any great extent, because the atmosphere in here actually is quite good. And on a cold, crisp day with both doors open, we're actually still quite warm. A shallow pitch on the roof, and we have 8 big lights in the roof again. So during the day, it's naturally a lightsome building, but we do have the LED strip lights across the 2 sides. And the way we've actually laid ourselves out, it's going to be providing very good lighting for anyone who comes in as a visitor to actually look at and enjoy the layouts. About the flooring is actually fantastic flooring. It's a nylon type material which clips together extremely well. Walking on it is extremely comfortable. Kneeling on it is even more comfortable than I thought it was going to be.
Later that same evening, I spoke with Stan Moog, who's the exhibition manager for the Perth Model Railway Group. How have you got the building configured at the moment, Stan?
At the moment, the building is configured to satisfy the needs of 2 distinct groups within the group. The first group is those that want to come out on a club night and run trains. So we have set up 3 or 4 layouts to allow members to come along and run trains. We have got a double O gauge layout, which is a large one called Ammon Bridge, which is set up to run big trains in double O gauge. We also have a DCC layout set up for those members who have digital stock, and we also have an N gauge layout set up. So we've covered all the 3 main gauges and scales of the club members at the moment. We have to make a case also for having a space set aside for building new layouts. So we've grouped all the layouts that we have up in one part of the room, and in the other part we have just set up this evening the first of the layouts which are currently being built. And we aim to have enough space to have a second layout under construction. This satisfies the needs for people who like to build things. So there's 2 aspects. Another fair-sized chunk of the club room is actually taken over for layout storage. And at the moment it's a bit ad hoc, and we aim ultimately to have proper storage racks built. But one side wall is actually covered in our other layouts. So for the 10 layouts we have 3 or 4 up all the time, and that satisfies the need of members. who can come and run trains whenever they like.
What sort of logistics do you need to actually get a layout to a show?
We can do up to 13 shows a year, so we're very experienced at doing this. We've exhibited all over the UK. A typical show would involve hiring a van. We're very lucky in that we've got one or two layouts which will fit into cars, but normally we would hire a van, and for a typical small layout we would take a crew of 4 people. So the idea being in the Friday afternoon we set off, in this case to Elgin. At this time of year the weather is good, but a few years ago we used to exhibit in Elgin in March, and we've often had to drive through blizzards. So we have to take account of the distance we are travelling, how many people are coming, and prepare accordingly. In this case we're taking 4 people. The layout is Burlington Central. It needs 2 operators on at any one time, so the idea is 4 operators, 2 on and 2 off. In the case of this exhibition, it's a very friendly, small show, so we don't have to have too many spare people there. We still have enough people there who can talk to the public as well. When we're building layouts, we look for ideas from members, and we also have to consider things like the portability. We don't build layouts with big heavy baseboards anymore. We try and build layouts that are logistically very easy to move. So part of the process is to design layouts which are good to watch from the public's perspective, interesting to operate, and also fresh and new. So that way we keep getting invited to other shows.
What do you think of the new building?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. The facility we have here has been designed by us, for us, and the atmosphere, the feel of the building is fantastic. The comfort we have here, it's going to be nice and warm in the winter time. It's well laid out. The floor is good. Yeah, and I suppose the other thing that I forgot to mention about the club going forward is that we've started preparations for our next exhibition in Perth. So over the next few months, we're putting together the show which takes place at the end of June in the Dure Centre. So that's something else that's going on in the background too.
To view more model railway layouts, click on the playlist. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified, and I'll see you soon.